black and white, but you know, back in the days when all the films were in black and white and all of that, throwback. But yeah, tell me how you like this video in black and white. It's kind of weird. Anywho, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Anyways, for today's video, I'm going to be talking about homeschooling. Yes, homeschooling. I'll just read a little definition of what homeschooling is. And it's just basically the education of children at home by their parents or tutor or whosoever else that's going to be teaching them at home. So basically it's just schooling, educating a child outside of the formal school system. Boom, definition, pack. Anyways, so for this video I'm going to be talking about why is Amari homeschooled, how is Amari homeschooled, benefits and disadvantages of homeschooling and all that jazz, right? And as I said before in a previous video, why I really started this channel is because I was looking into homeschooling and I couldn't find information relevant to me. I couldn't find any homeschoolers in Jamaica that were putting out content, or there wasn't really anything about homeschooling, because to be honest, homeschooling is not something that is very predominant here in Jamaica. It's not something that's done often. If a child is homeschooled, more than likely it's upper class people homeschooling a child. You're rarely going to see a middle class or a lower class person doing homeschooling. It's just not viable for them. So for me, I just couldn't find anything, and I know that other persons might want to know about these stuff. So let's start with why is Amari homeschooled. Initially, I was looking into homeschooling him full-time, like full-time. Don't put him in a no public school or anything like that, just homeschooling. And doing my research and all of that, yeah, that's what I wanted. But then, I wasn't a stay-at-home mom. I had to go and work. So in order for me to homeschool him full-time, I would need to be there full-time. You get me? And that wasn't possible. It wasn't possible. So what I decided to do is to just not homeschool him full-time, but just work around both of our schedules and just teach him to prepare him for school. You understand? So why we're homeschooling now is to just give him a head start or a good solid foundation for when he starts school, and to help him through school. So even when he's going to be going to school, I'm still going to be homeschooling him to help him with whatever he needs help with, to teach him what I think is not being taught in school, because the school system ain't all that. So things that I think he should be learning are things that I want him to learn that I know is not going to be taught at school. Then we're going to be doing that at home. So it's basically a supplement for public school or whatever. So that's our reason for homeschooling. And usually when people think about homeschooling, they're going like, oh Jesus, no, it's not done, it's not unheard of, I can't do it. This is just like, it can be done. It can be done. Because homeschooling is like super flexible, guys. Like, it is. You don't have to have a desk and a chair and have this rigid structure and blah blah blah, whatever. It can be outdoors, it can be anywhere at all, whenever you want, whenever you're ready, whenever your child is ready. It's just up to you. So that's good. So I'm going to be talking about like the benefits and the disadvantages of homeschooling. I have a couple of them written down here that I'm going to go through and explain and try to put it in my perspective. All right, so let's start with the benefits of homeschooling. The first one is, as I said, flexible schedule. For example, with me, I work up until 5 in the evening, so when I get home it's about 6:30, thereabout, and I'm home on the weekends. So our schedule is in the evenings or on the weekends. Most times, no, it's on the weekends, because when I get home, I know that Amari is tired. I am tired, and I'm not going to be forcing him to learn anything. Like, I am not going to do that. So, I am tired, he's tired. I'm not going to go take up the book and do it and stress out the little boy brain. Like, no. It's not like I'm trying to turn him into a baby genius or anything where no, I'm not trying to do that. Like, this ain't gonna happen. No. So yeah, the schedule is flexible. You can do it in the morning, in the evenings, on the weekends, whenever, wherever. So that's a plus. Adapt teaching methods best suited for your child to learn. As I said, pros is, one, you know your child and you know what type of situation the child learn best in, so you can just adapt the teaching methods to suit how that works out for you and the child. It's just basically so if you know your child learn better using visual aids, then you can incorporate a lot of visual aids in your teaching and all of that. Things that might not happen in a regular school system, in the public school system, you understand? You know that your child learn better when you use a lot of examples, like you're telling them about, I don't know, anything. And they use a lot of examples. You can show them stuff, or they're, stuff like that. So yeah, you can just adapt yourself to teach them. While if they were in the public system, then because it's so many children, like 15 minimum, 15 students, the teacher is not going to be able to just adapt to every single child. So while you're at home with your child, you can do that. Yes, you can. So just try and do that. To just give your child a little push, a little head start. Change the location because the battery was dying. So the third benefit is you can demonstrate to your child that education is fun. Usually when children hear about school, some children, it's like a daunting experience for them. They don't want to because, when you go, I'm gonna tell you, you go schools in and you're doing timetables and you don't know your 5 times. Probably 5 times easy, but you don't know your 5 times, right? And your teacher asks you to recite your 5 times and you're like, yeah, buckle and a shuffle and whatever, and and then you can't do it and the teacher beat you because you don't know your 5 times. Or for a younger child, they say, alright, they're doing the alphabet and the child don't know all of the alphabet as yet, and because they don't know all of the alphabet, the teacher either punish them by telling them to go stand up in one corner, or then beat them, or something like that. So education just becomes something that is just fearful, and then they hate it, and then just, oh God, I have to go to school. Oh God, I hate trying to do this. So yeah, when you're doing it now at home, and one thing too, a lot of times when you're trying to punish your child, you say to them, go read a book, or go do this, or go study a timetable. So education just becomes like a punishment, basically. So one of the things you can do with homeschooling is to just demonstrate that education is fun. It's not something that you should fear, and it's not tedious or anything. So you incorporate a lot of games and a lot of interesting activities. Make it fun, make it interesting, you understand? So that they love to learn instead of the other way around. Yes, baby? I'm in your room. You're awake. Good morning. How are you? You're good. Say hi, guys. Alright, so that's what, fourth. So the fourth one is you can determine the curriculum. You can determine what curriculum you choose to use. What curriculum you choose to use. So you don't have to use this. There are certain things that you have to teach them at a particular age and all of that. But you can determine which one you want to use. And in Jamaica, I think there's just one, and that's a standard one that they get from the government or something.
Too dark.
No, I did it like that. It's in black and white.
Black and white?
Yep. You like it like that? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you get to determine the curriculum, what you want to teach them out of the curriculum, and incorporate what you want into it.
That.
So yeah.
You do that.
And the fifth and final one that I'm going to mention is that you get to spend a lot of time with your child on difficult topics or subjects. For example, if Amari is per se weak with his numbers and stuff like that, then I get to spend a good amount of time helping him, guiding him, helping him until he understands the concept before I move on. While if you're in a public school setting, then the teacher is not going to be able to wait on one child to get the concept. Well, probably everybody else grasps the concept and this one child doesn't get it, then they're not going to have the time to sit down and wait on that one child to get the concept right. You understand? So when you're dealing with yourself and it's just you and the child one-on-one, then you can spend as much time on that topic, on that concept, until the child understands, and you move on. And vice versa, if the child understands the topic really fast, then you don't have to spend X amount of long time on it. You just understand it, you move on. Boom. So that's the benefits. As it relates to drawbacks now. One, there's no homeschool support groups locally. Well, that I could find. There's no group that you could, that's in Jamaica, I'm talking, or in St. Catherine or wherever. So there's no group that you can lean back on or go to for support, either in terms of content to teach, in terms of advice, in terms of just anything at all. There's no support group, so that kind of sucks, right? Two, it's costly because you're going to have to buy the books, you're going to have to buy all the learning materials and everything like that, and not everybody can afford to do that. That's why I said, like, middle and lower class people do homeschooling, because they're not costing too much. Get money to go buy learning charts and crayons and books and textbooks and all other different type of things that we use in homeschooling. It's costly, and a lot of persons not going to be able to afford it. It's cheaper in most instances to just send a child to school when the child is like 4 or 2 for most people. Well, not for most people. Most people send them child to school when they're like 4. And the third drawback and the final one that I'm going to mention is socialization. So here in Jamaica, in my little neck of the woods, ain't nobody being homeschooled, right? So I don't have any homeschool play group or anything like that to put Amari in and anything like that. So the only form of socialization that he would get is if I put him into like some sports or some extracurricular activities like karate and swimming and all of that, and then you have my siblings, which is Omanique and them little people there, which is older than him, which I don't mind, and then you have my little niece. Yeah, So that's basically it with socialization. And right now Amari is going through his selfish phase, like he don't want to share, he don't want share, don't want to give nobody nothing, don't want, yes, so I'm going through like a selfish phase right now. Probably if he was in the public system, then he would have other kids around him that he could socialize and play with and be a little better when it comes on to sharing. And that is why I'm going to send him to school. He's currently in summer school right now. So yeah, socialization is a big thing, and going to school don't necessarily mean that you're going to be properly socialized or anything like that. It's just he's in the bathroom. It just means that you have a better chance of knowing how to deal with yourself in certain situations, knowing how to talk to your peers, knowing how to associate yourself and all of that. And I want that for him. I want him to have a holistic experience, you understand? So I'm not going to sabotage him by keeping him home. And see, so I want him to experience the public school system and see how he copes within that system. And if he's not coping, then we'll find an alternative way, you understand? But I don't just want to just force on my ideologies on him. Say, oh no, Amari, right now I go homeschool you, so I keep your yard, I'm not send you to school. Knowing full well that I might not be able to even teach him everything that he needs to know. So at some point I'm going to need to have to get somebody involved in it and everything. But yeah, basically that's it. I'm not trying to turn him into a baby genius. I'm just trying to give him a head start, or, you know, as I said before, a good foundation. And yeah, so that's basically it. What is that you have in? You want to show them your car? Your bike? Alright, show them. This is his bike. It's black and white, so you can't see it's blue. Alright. So that's it for our video today. If you like today's video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments down below and let me know what you think about this black and white type of thing that I'm doing.